Door-to-door campaign will see him address the community, while in the afternoon he will be speaking to the business community in that area. For more on this story, let's bring in Ulrich Hendricks. Ulrich, a very good morning to you. Has Mr. Steenhuisen arrived already?
Hi Desiree. Well, he just arrived a few seconds ago. As you can see, he's there on the stage along with various of the provincial DA leaders. Of course, this comes after a very busy week for John Steenhuisen, and of course a very controversial one as well. We all recall the Phoenix poster debacle. He obviously stood by it on one day. The next day, Dean McPherson from the DA in KZN then apologized and took down those posters. Of course, there's also issues where he had a view in terms of golf courses being released for housing needs in the Cape Town Metro. The DA, of course, then after that saying that we distance ourselves from John Steenhuisen's comment on that. So quite a busy and very controversial week for John Steenhuisen. He's had a nice welcome here in the Northern Cape, here at Upington. The party has seen in the past elections slight increase in terms of voter support, and the very small but vocal supporters here for him here. Of course, the DA will be focusing here in the David Kruger municipality on issues relating to service delivery. Of course, residents here have been complaining about sewage problems, tidy problems, and basically a lack of communication from the local David Kruger municipality. So we expect that they'll be focusing on that as well. Of course, also speaking to business people later today, and that is to look at, in terms of job creation, because that is a huge problem here in the Northern Cape. Unemployment, more than half of the population of the Northern Cape, of course, unemployed. But also to look at where they can grow, because here in this region as well they face stiff opposition from the Freedom Front Plus. So it should be interesting to see in terms of what the party has been going through the past year or so, and especially last week's constellation, how they will perform here and in the broader Northern Cape in the next coming days. Desiree?
Ulrich, interesting that they're in Upington and he's meeting business, of course, Upington being one of the busy business districts in the Northern Province. Just give us a sense in comparison of the issues that you've mentioned about Upington, but to what extent as compared to other areas in Upington. We also know that the Upington International Airport is based in that area, so quite an area that has the potential to create jobs.
Well, yeah, the Upington area and the David Kruger municipality at large has been identified as an economic hub. So they're trying to create an economic zone here. Of course, the surrounding areas have a lot of, you have grape farms or exporting to the European market globally. So in terms of delivering that services to not only the residents of Upington, but as the broader David Kruger municipality. We're talking about issues to roads, because they need roads to deliver those produce safely to the export market. We're talking about sewage seeping into the Orange River, and that is a concern not only for residents here, but also for farmers, because the EU has such stringent measures, has such stringent quality controls, that any sort of containment or contaminant is a huge problem for them. Of course, then you're talking about housing issues, housing deliveries here in Upington. A lot of people complaining about a lot of mushrooming of informal settlements, and the municipality and the provincial government just can't seem to keep up with delivering houses. But also, like I said, unemployment, a huge problem here as it is in the rest of the Northern Cape. So there are various sore points that people have been complaining about, service delivery issues, day-to-day bread and butter issues that people in this area have been complaining about, that not only stands in the way of people living their daily life, but also bringing in investment and expanding this economic hub that has been created here in Upington. Desiree?
Ulrich, just as a side note, it's interesting listening to the music that they're playing. Just remind us of that music that's whose origins come from the Northern Cape. I don't quite remember what it's called, and you would imagine that people who are campaigning there would want to play that kind of music that really makes people from the Northern Cape really happy. What is it called?
Well, there are a number of songs that that are coined during election time. I'm not sure about this one. That sounds like a bit of a new one, but you've got Suki Luki and Cookie Luki and that type of songs that are sort of made popular again during election time. You know, the ANC also have a couple of songs. Yeah.
One day we will talk about why that kind of music hasn't really crossed over to all the other provinces, because you only ever hear it when you're in the Northern Cape. Ulrich, just in terms of the support people who have come through, because there are several parties that are in the Northern Cape today. The Good Party is in the Northern Cape. The African National Congress is in the Northern Cape. What are people in the Northern Cape saying about who they will be voting for in these upcoming local government elections?
Well, they are certainly spoiled for choice. There are quite a number of parties. Like you said, the ANC president is here, Good Party leader Patricia de Lille is here, and of course John Steenhuisen is just behind me, also trying to woo voters. So there's a lot of competitions, and we also have these smaller parties and a lot of community forums that have been registered in the last year or so. You've got the Solplaikip Community Forum, you've got Kuruman Community Forum, and even here in the Upington and the Namaqualand area, you also have parties that focus specifically on Khoisan issues. You've got the Khoisan Revolution, they are delivering their manifesto in a couple of days. So there's a lot of people that voters are basically spoiled for choice in this election.
All right, we'll take you back to Ulrich in a bit when the DA leader, John Steenhuisen, starts talking, which is about to. So we're going to come back to Ulrich in a bit. Let's take a break for now.